Anyone who is team fun feeds should hate this damn dumb convoluted twist that is going on because for the past 2 weeks organic drama was building and giving us some good moments, some dramatic moments. I mean, no huge fights have happened this season, but the tensions and the drama were happening organically. And now, 2 days into the stupid twist, everything feels so artificial. I mean, it should be no surprise. This shit show has the captains that are Grodner and Meehan, and they cannot help themselves but to mess up a good thing because the momentum on the feeds for me, it's not good. The twist is the main topic, and all it's given us so far is a lot of bad gameplay, but it's not entertaining bad gameplay. It's just artificial bad gameplay because of the twists. I'll get to Kylan's horrid HOH here in a while. I'm going to start with Tiffany just to once again point out why her social game is ass. I've talked about it a lot and her problems with Azza while at some point in the morning on Saturday morning after I recorded yesterday's video, Azza was trying to talk things out with Tiffany, and Tiffany just never gives her the time of day. Tiffany is just so immature for her fucking old ass age, bro. Come on. Like, the jury phase has started, and I've yet to see her social game to get jury votes really tighten up like it should. She's lucky that this week's HOH is just trying to one-up her in terms of pissing off possible jury votes in the future. You know, there comes a time in every Big Brother season for me where most players just start to annoy me, and I can't tell if I have reached that point yet or if this twist is what is annoying me. Sometimes it only lasts a couple of weeks, but sometimes it's the rest of the season because shit just gets really annoying. Either the players are very annoying or production's very annoying. Right now, it's definitely production's fault. But everybody is not playing well. And it's not an entertaining way. So first we got, I mean, everybody who's watched any of my videos should already know why Tiffany annoys me. She's rude. So we'll just leave that at that. Azza, I love Azza, but her emotions get to a point that they start to annoy me as well. I just don't understand why she has to die on certain hills. Derek F this week has just been, I don't know if he's just so happy to be in on a plan with Kylan that he's telling stupid ass lies to Azza. I talked about it a little bit yesterday and how it doesn't overall make any sense. All Derek F has helped do is paint a bigger target on Kylan with Azza and soon Brittany. So I don't know if he's doing that purposely because he wants Kylan out, but it doesn't seem that way because he seems to always want to work with Kylan. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. Alyssa and Xavier are just boring. That's my biggest complaint with them. I mean, I feel like Xavier is doing great by doing nothing and just playing it safe. Which, whatever, it's working for him. I think Xavier, now that Kylan has completely fallen apart, it is Xavier's game to lose. But for a season that's supposed to be, you know, big risk, high reward, Xavier's bringing nothing to the table in that realm, and he's just not good feeds. Brittany constantly, you know, we've talked about how emotional and annoying Brittany can be. Who am I missing? Claire doesn't do nothing. Still, to me, pointless and boring. Okay. And then Sarah Beth is a good combination of also doing nothing or just doing badly. That's where I am with Sarah Beth. Am I forgetting anybody that isn't Kylan or Hannah? If I am, then they must be somehow more pointless than Claire. But Hannah, I love Hannah's social game the last couple of weeks. She has really stepped it up. We talked about it on the rankings. You can listen to more on the rankings. I'm not going to get too far into that. But I like how Hannah just plans things to people, and sometimes it makes it happen. Me and Meg talked about this on the rankings. that makes for a really good player. If you can get people to do things your way, then you're doing something good socially. And it's very subtle. Honestly, all three cookout women are very subtle at certain things that are good. Tiffany, Azah, and Hannah do subtle things that I think really help their own games. But for as good as Hannah can be, having good reads and trying to tell people those reads, or just trying to tell people what they want to hear, or just trying to, very slyly put bigger targets on people, she then does her end game. A lot of these players' end games really only help Xavier, at least in the cookout. They really are mostly helping Xavier. The fact that Hannah wants to go final three with Tiffany and Xavier, maybe because she feels like both of them will take her to the end, but she has to have the winning votes against them, and she's not going to against Xavier if that's the case, because Alyssa is in jury. So even if the other women vote for Hannah to win, Alyssa's going to vote for Xavier for sure, unless she's somehow super bitter, which is possible, but I doubt it. And Tiffany was the one, of all people, with all her problems with Azah, trying to tell Hannah that they need to take Azah to the final three. Now, getting to the final three, how they're going to get there, I don't know. But Tiffany coming around to that is not only surprising, but it's also true. The guys in the cookout are looking out for the guys in the cookout. That's why the guys in the cookout are always trying to hang on very tightly to their person. And Tiffany and Azah kind of do the same with Brittany and Claire, wanting to hang on to that person. But Hannah is cutthroat, and I do think would cut Derek X if she had to, sooner rather than later. That's who I forgot to talk about somehow. Derek X, another person annoying me, because he's just so gung-ho to tell everybody in the fucking house that he got the 100 BB bucks, and that he wants to go for that whatever kind of coup d'etat type, secret HOH type power that is going to be happening in 2 weeks. Why does he want to tell this to everybody? How stupid is that? Very terrible gameplay these last 2 days with Derek X, and he's already been pissing me off. How he just, I've said this a couple times now, and I know Derek X fans and comments might disagree with me, but he does not value Hannah as a player, even though Hannah does try to give him good information, like warning him about Kyland that he just does not take. And speaking of Kyland, his HOH truly has been terrible. Just winning this HOH in the first place already grew his target so much, but to play it so messily just shows he fucked up his game, I think. If he goes out in these next few weeks, he can point to this HOH for why he lost the game. Because he didn't need to win it. He pissed off other cookout members winning it and not throwing it to them. He comes in, doesn't have a plan. He has a hard week because the twists, I'll give him that, but I don't think it's a good enough excuse. Because he wants to target Claire, he puts up Claire, pisses Claire off. Claire has said she's not going to trust Kyland in the game at all going forward. I think Kyland's mindset coming into this HOH was he needs to have Alyssa on his side. Why? I don't know. I guess because maybe he heard that Alyssa and Christian were putting him as the big target. So he thinks he can appease Xavier and Alyssa this week by not putting Alyssa on the block. He bet on Alyssa to win today's veto, and Alyssa did win the veto. So he has done this whole week to try to appease Alyssa and Xavier, so Xavier doesn't lose the person 2 weeks in a row, but he's turned the rest of the house against him. Nobody else in the house, other than maybe Sarah Beth and Derek F, trusts Kyland now. His communication issues aside, his whole plan this week sucks because now he wants to just put up Brittany and get out Brittany. So how it's going to work is Kyland can use the first veto, take Claire off. He thinks that's going to appease Claire, even though Claire now has zero. I mean, Claire has had no trust for him anyway, so it just made matters worse. And he's not going to appease her by just taking her off of the veto. And then I assume Alyssa's not going to use her veto and he's going to put up Brittany. So Kylan won this HOH he didn't need, fucked up his game severely just to get out Brittany. Kylan, you look like a dumbass this week indeed. Your costume wasn't a jackass, it was a dumbass. The only other thing that's really happened today is that Derek X was freaked out by the fact that Kylan threw the veto to have Alyssa win, because Kylan, who's had pretty bad communication with everybody, is having bad communication with Derek X. Earlier in the day, Hannah tried to warn Derek X that maybe he shouldn't trust Kylan. So after this happened in the veto, Derek X is kind of freaked out because he thinks that Kylan has been targeting Claire this week, which he was, but now he's changed his mind to target Brittany. But at this point, Derek X did not know that. So he's been going around to everybody kind of freaking out about Kylan, kind of talking shit about Kylan, talking to the cookout members. It gave Derek F and Ozza the idea to try and push for Derek X to go up on the block. Derek F tried with Kylan. Didn't work though, even though Kylan was considering it also early in the day, but Kylan couldn't get any support on it. I mean, I think it would be, nobody wants to hear it, but it would be a better move for Kylan to take out Derek X. I mean, it would be better for the cookout, and it would be better for Kylan, who wouldn't have ruined his game just to get out Brittany. But I think Derek X should survive this and not be backdoored. But who knows? Kylan's having a moment as HOH, that's for sure. That's really all I have. Unless something big changes tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be doing an update tomorrow. It will save me time from watching these goddamn feeds. So unless something happens, I won't do an update. Tomorrow, I will be back with an update on Tuesday morning. But as it stands, the twist happened. There's 2 vetoes. Alyssa has one, Kylan has the other. Kylan is trying to target Brittany after pissing off most of the house to get Brittany out. It was Kylan's game to lose, and I feel like he might have lost the game this week because he definitely pissed off possible future jury votes, I think. And nobody trusts him. I don't even think Xavier trusts him. So, and I don't think Alyssa really trusts him. I think he's good with Alyssa for a week. So it's really Sarah Beth and Derek F, and he's pissed everybody else off.